own sweet home, own sweet home. I dream of my own sweet home. Right here, right now, Amit Inamdar will show you how. Call Amit and you are set. Or just visit ownsweethome.net.
DRE license number 013555522 and NMLS number 236574.
Hello listeners, you are tuned into Radio Zindagi 1550 AM and 99.7 FM HD3. मैं हूँ आपके साथ में ईरा और शो लेके आए हैं Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. Today we have another exciting show with Amit, and today you are going to get the power-packed 30 minutes of information on upcoming buying opportunities for the buyers in this market. Amit is going to share his 3 listings as well as show you the benefits of owning a home. We always welcome you to call us on the studio number 510-770-1550 to ask a question on the radio. However, if you are unable to get in, you can always submit your question on a personal response. For a personal response, आप log on कर सकते हैं अमित की website पे, which is ownsweethome.net. OWN sweethome.net, and you can also click on the radio show link to submit your questions. You can always find Amit Inamdar just by searching his name on Google. Hello Amit, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you Ira, and thank you for covering for Renuka today. Renuka is actually busy preparing for these listings.
Yes.
We are super busy with these homes coming up on the market, and we just had to have someone actually come and interview me.
Well, the pleasure is all mine.
So, hello friends, Own Sweet Home, and welcome to my show, Power Hour with Amit Inamdar. We are going to talk about the opportunities to buy homes directly from Own Sweet Home Realty. We have 3 different listings coming up over next 3 weeks.
Okay.
They will cover areas of Union City, Fremont, and San Jose. And as you know, we just sold a home in Pleasanton, and before that we sold a home in San Jose. So we are basically working all over the Bay Area, and when we are going to talk about today about these 3 upcoming listings, we'll talk about the neighborhoods for these listings as well as the schools and all the benefits you will enjoy by buying one of these 3 beautiful homes directly from Own Sweet Home Realty.
That is definitely a wonderful opportunity for our listeners, Amit. Your listing that is on the market as of this morning is the one in Union City, right? Why don't you tell our listeners about this beautiful townhouse which is upcoming?
Absolutely, yes, Ira. Definitely. This is a beautiful townhouse. This is built in 2007, so this is a newer townhouse. Sailors have done very tasteful upgrades. It is located in a community that is walking distance to Bart.
Wow.
So if you are working in the city of San Francisco, this is a great buy because you can just hop in and come back home, or hop out and come back home. You know, it's like just go to work and come back, and it's right there. There will never be the hassle of parking at the Bart station, you know. The townhouse is 3-bedroom, 2.5 bath with 2 cars side-by-side garage, and again it's a only 7-8-year-old townhouse. It is also has a huge storage area for all your stuff, including those big bags you may have for international travel. We always have a problem where to keep those, right? And kitchen has beautiful quartz countertops and eat-in island, where you can enjoy your food while having meaningful conversation with your loved ones.
The way you are describing, Amit, it itself sounds very beautiful place.
Sure
yes. So listeners, once again, if you would like to ask Amit any questions, please feel free to call us on the studio number 510-770-1550, 510-770-1550, or log on to his website ownsweethome.net. So Amit, like I was saying, it does seem very attractive. I'm sure there are many first-time home buyers among our listeners, and they can also enjoy this new town home. So how much do these townhouses sell for?
Right. I'll get to the price of this particular townhouse shortly.
Okay.
However, similar townhouses range as high as 1.3 million in Cupertino and Sunnyvale area, over $1 million in Santa Clara, and about 750 to $1 million in Fremont.
Okay.
And this location is very attractive price for this home buyers who have budget constraints and who are budget conscious. And the one that is coming up in the Union City next to the Bart station is priced just under $600,000. The rent equivalent payments on this particular townhouse will be much lower than the rents you are paying even on your 2-bedroom apartment today.
Absolutely. This definitely is a very super deal, I would say, so that our listeners know more about the property and its price. What are the recent sales in the neighborhood?
Right, right. Typically, you have these estimates, neighborhood sales and other things that you kind of look at.
Mm-hmm.
And comparing recent sales is definitely the first step in figuring out the neighborhood values. However, in this market, you rarely bid on the home with multiple offers. You are actually, bidding against other buyers. You are not really bidding on the home.
Right.
However, the recent home that is currently under contract in the same complex, which was listed just below 600,000, it's actually selling above 600,000,
Mm-hmm.
and it should close in a couple of weeks. They did have multiple offers, and the highest bidder, of course, got the property. However, let's not dwell too much on the home price.
Okay.
In real estate, the home price is an important factor for the sellers and not for the buyers.
Mm-hmm.
When home sells at a higher price, sellers get the real cash, and the buyer finances that extra money over 30 years.
Right.
So just to give you an example, if you pay, say, $10,000 extra in price, it's going to cost you only $50 per month in mortgage. So if you lose a house for $10,000, you lost it for $50 a month.
Right.
And if you come to know about that, you are going to feel really bad that you just lost the home for $50 a month.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you always have to worry as a buyer, what's my monthly payments, rather than how much am I paying for the house?
For the
Because
house.
the seller does want the highest price because he gets the real cash.
Right.
Okay.
Well, definitely. So, listeners, if you are interested in this townhouse, or if you have any questions related to real estate, feel free to call our studio number 510-770-1550. Other times, the best way to get hold of Amit is to search his name on Google, Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will get all his information on the company website, ownsweethome.net, and then you can also send him an email or call him. So, Amit, let's say this home sells for $600,000. What would be the payment for a good credit score borrower?
Now that's a good question. You catch on pretty fast here. Okay, it's all about the payments. That's the question everybody should be asking.
Mm-hmm.
What is my monthly payment?
Okay.
However, the payment depends on various factors. So let's make some quick assumptions about the buyer. Of course, you said he has a good credit score,
Mm-hmm.
and say he's capable of putting down 20% down payment. That means his loan balance is going to be around $480,000.
Okay.
For this type of loan balance, a good credit score buyer will get 30-year fixed interest rate at around 3.75%,
Okay.
which is really low. Okay, with this rate, the monthly payments on the mortgage will be around $2,222 per month. Okay, now it's very easy to remember 2222, right? However, remember that part of this payment is the interest that you pay to the lender, and other part of this payment is a principal that you pay to yourself.
Okay.
So when you look at the payment, you can't just look at the whole payment and say, "Oh, I'm paying $2,200." It's like you are saving part of it towards your home,
Right.
and part of it you are paying to somebody else. So on this particular situation, the interest payments are around $1,500, and the remaining $722
G.
are basically the principal payment. And this $1,500 interest that you are paying on the loan is lot less than amount you will pay for a 3-bedroom newer townhouse rental.
Right.
So, and that's the beautiful part about owning the home.
Mm-hmm.
And the mortgage interest, as you know, is tax deductible, and thereby it reduces your payments even further. Of course, you pay the property taxes, the insurance, and the HOA dues also. However, the property taxes are also tax deductible. So a person with a typical, say, 35% federal and state combined tax bracket will pay equivalent of $1,600 to other people, just like you pay the rent to other people, And tell me, where can you rent a 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath townhouse for $1,600? You at least pay $2,500 to $3,000, even in Union City, for such kind of a rent.
That's what we were just discussing. That's what you just mentioned. So, Amit, this actually is a very sweet deal. No wonder the demand for buying a home is a lot higher. The saving will convince anyone to buy, rather than renting. And the rent in this market, the rents are just outrageous. They are so high.
Absolutely. And see, the HOA dues for this particular townhouse are very low. Typically, if you look at all the townhouses with HOAs, they're on an average $300 plus minus.
Okay.
This one is low at only $185 per month. Property tax on a $600K purchase comes about $625 per month, And the tax savings for a 35% tax bracket family are approximately $750 per month.
Gee.
That is huge. And then you pay the principal payment to yourself, like I mentioned earlier, that's $722. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And that lowers your loan balance and builds the equity in your home. Of course, the equity also gets built when the price of the home goes up.
Right.
You know, I have all these calculations explained in my first time home buyer webinar. Even though I'm not a tax consultant, everybody should verify their specific situation with a CPA or a tax advisor.
All right. So, Amit, also, your first-time home buyer webinar is a great resource. You put in so much effort in this over last 15 years of experience into it. First-time home buyers have so many questions. How does one go about buying a home? What are the considerations when buying your first home? What do you buy? Where do you buy? And most importantly, when do you buy? All these questions are addressed in this 45 minutes long webinar. The webinar also walks you through the process of rent equivalent monthly payments, thereby showing you savings of thousands of dollars per year. It also talks about loan pre-qualification, loan approval, and shows you tools to understand how much how much home you can afford. When buying a home, do you focus on the good public schools or private schools? How long does one live in their first home? How the sellers price their homes, how Amit helps buyers to figure out the offer price for the home, and it also goes into the details of contingencies when you buy a home, inspections, closing costs, how you finally become a proud home owner. So listeners, this webinar is free and is available on Amit's website, ownsweethome.net. That's O-W-N, ownsweethome.net. Link is located in the left column of the website. You just can't miss it. And it's a must for every first-time home buyer, I would say.
Right. Thank you, Ira. In this fast-moving real estate market, education is key to make a quick decisions. Every week you delay buying a home, you are paying higher and higher for the similar homes in the neighborhood of your choice. So educate yourself so you are ready to make the confident offer on the home when you first like it. Get in early in this market so you build quick equity as the markets continue to climb up.
Right.
We will be back after a short break.
All right, listeners, let's take a small little break and we'll be right back.
Have you joined the Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club?
Happily Ever After Club. Membership is automatic once you buy your dream home from Amit Inamdar. He's both real estate and mortgage broker. One stop, no need to shop.
Oh, Amit Inamdar from Own Sweet Home.
Yes, that's Amit from OWN Own Sweet Home. Call him today, 510-364-6686. Again, 510-364-6686. Or visit ownsweethome.net. That is OWN ownsweethome.net. DRE number 0135552 and MLS 236574.
Welcome back, friends. This is Amit Inamdar, and if you are in the market to sell, buy, or finance your home, you will get unbiased advice that will save you money. That is my promise to you. To get hold of me, just Google my name, Amit Inamdar, real estate broker, and you will know ways to find me. Having all your questions answered at one location and by one person means saving time, money, and having peace of mind that you are cared for by someone like me who knows this business. Today we are talking about for sale homes by Own Sweet Home Realty and the process of buying the home. The savings over renting a similar house and the benefits of home ownership.
Right. So, Amit, the house that you were mentioning, the townhome that we were talking about in Union City, which schools in Union City are assigned to this property? The one that we were talking about earlier.
Right. No, absolutely. And see, the schools do play a major role among families with kids, okay? However, not everyone is looking for great public schools as such. In Union City, one of the cool thing is you can go to any school if there is a place available. I mean, that's what I heard from the school district there.
Mm-hmm.
So there are two elementaries that are good. One of them is Pioneer, and you can send your kids to any elementary as long as there is a space.
Okay.
They are not restricting you to the specific area just because the house falls into a specific area.
Right.
Okay? So that's one thing to know about Union City, which is not the case in Fremont. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So the money you save, for example, in buying a newer home like the one that we are talking about in the Union City, you can send the kids to a private school and get the best of both, the schools and a newer home in a great neighborhood. The public elementary school for this particular school is Guy Emmanuel Elementary, which is also walking distance from this townhouse.
Okay.
This home is primarily for the first-time home buyers, and experience shows that the buyers typically stay in their homes for 5 to 7 years and upgrade to a bigger, better home later.
All right. So, Amit, I had another question to ask you. People live in their homes for about 5 to 7 years, typically. Can you tell us more about that?
Right. The California Association of Realtors did a survey of home sellers who are selling the homes.
Okay.
And most of them had lived in their homes for 5 to 7 years. And that's how I know that that's what ends up happening. Now, however, without the survey, here is some logical explanation. Okay, let's say a newly married couple may not care about the schools, pay less in their first home, and save thousands of dollars in interest because they are paying less because it's not driven, the price is not driven by the school, right? And the home ownership that they are just focusing for is just in a good neighborhood.
Right.
Once the kid is born, which is of course another year possibly, and then 5 years more before the kid becomes school-going kid, you're typically like looking at 5 to 7 years before the kid goes to elementary school. Now, elementary school is from KG till 5th or 6th grade, depending on the part of the Bay Area.
Right.
And that's another 5 to 7 years you are going to stay in this elementary school.
Okay.
Then you move out of the elementary school and go to middle and high school, which is another, say, 7th till the 12th, which is another 5 to 7 years.
Right.
And so typically the people stay in their homes 5 to 7 years. The home is kind of looked at as a commodity rather than something that you're going to own over a long period of time.
Right. Well, this is actually very interesting because unlike in India where families live in their homes for generations, pushteni, jaidad and those big family homes, here you live in so many houses just in one generation. So why don't you tell our listeners, about this interesting townhouse in Union City?
Right. So yes, we are having this open house this Saturday and Sunday. Times are between 1 and 4 on both days.
Okay.
Either Renuka or I will be hosting the townhouse.
Okay.
Open house, basically. And this beautiful 3-bedroom, 2.5 home basically has a open kitchen and a family room, as I said earlier. And home has been recently painted. It has gleaming laminate floors, quartz kitchen countertops with designer cabinets. The eat-in kitchen has attractive island that sits for 3, maybe 4 people for eating, for like intimate conversations. It has a gas cooking range, which is always a plus.
Right.
High ceilings, 2-car side-by-side garage, and the garage floor has been epoxy coated. When you coat with an epoxy, it gives you a nice mosaic tile look, basically, and it's a very nice looking garage that way. It's completely done. So the location is very great because it's inside the complex, which is not on the street and stuff. So it's again a safer location compared to the other parts.
Great. We were getting a caller, but looks like the call got dropped. But listener, if you are still tuned in, please do call us back. We would love to take your question, 510-770-1550. And listeners, if you are a first-time home buyer, this is a great starter home for you. You get newer home to live in for a very affordable monthly payment. And as you know, Amit is both real estate and mortgage broker. He will qualify you for the loan, show you ways how you can save money, and if you are the winning bidder, Amit will help you throughout the home buying process. And if you already have an agent, please let them know about your interest and have them contact Amit for inspection reports, disclosures and other materials, as they will help you make the informed decision. Amit, let's take this call.
Right, sure.
Hello, you are on air with Amit. What's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Prashant and my question is the townhome.
Yes, Prashant, how can I help?
The townhome which you are talking about is how much square feet area?
It's around 1431 square feet, 1431. Okay, and
All
it
right.
has a downstairs. It's a 3-level like you typically see nowadays, but it's not like it doesn't have a bedroom downstairs. All the bedrooms are upstairs, which is a good thing because nowadays you have one bedroom all the way down in newer townhomes. That's how they are building it. And it becomes not useful for a lot of people because you can't have a kid sleep downstairs and you sleep upstairs. So this is definitely a very favorable floor plan from that standpoint, Prashant.
All right, so it's visual, you said, right?
Okay, and I'm having an open house tomorrow, so I look forward to seeing you there.
Sure.
Okay, yeah.
All
Thank you. And the address of this particular townhouse is 1038 Emerald Terrace, and it's off of Dakota Road and next to Union City Bart Station. And it's more towards the mountain side and have great mountain views also from the front of this particular townhouse.
Wow.
Okay, so
Yes.
that's really good.
I'm sure it's a very beautiful location.
Absolutely.
So, yes, Amit, why don't you tell our listeners also about the upcoming listings in Fremont and the Berryessa neighborhood of San Jose?
Sure. The Fremont home that is coming up is actually in the Glenmore neighborhood. And this is 3-bedroom, 2-bath home, which is beautifully landscaped, and it has a deck in the backyard. It's a covered patio and a green grass,
Wow.
fruit trees, vegetable garden. Make this as a complete home. Home will be in the market next week. It's just getting painted, and we will hear more about this home in more details with the payments and everything, and how one can qualify for it next Friday show. The Berryessa home is getting ready for sale also. We have contractors working in the home to make sure the home is in great move-in ready condition for the home buyers. This particular home is very unique. It is at the foothills and has magnificent views of the mountains. Owner has improved the home and added a front patio for the great mountain views. This is expected to hit the market either next week or the week following next.
All right. Amit, we have another caller here.
Yeah, sure.
Hello. Could you please turn off the radio in the background? Yes, please go ahead. What's your name and what's your question?
My name is Manji.
Hello, Manjeet. How can I help? Own Sweet Home.
Yeah, I have a question. It's a typical question because I have this house and I have about 10 years of loan. Still, I have to make a payment, and it's a positive cash flow. So house value could be around 700, 750. And by looking at the market, should I sell it or hold it? I don't need a specific right now the money, but
this is a very So this is a very unique situation, and what I was going to talk next, you actually kind of draw right me into it. For home sellers or a lot of homeowners, I actually start working with them whether they are ready to sell or not, but you have practical questions like whether you should sell or you should continue renting. And I have a MBA, and I also done my CCIM, which is a commercial commercial income analysis related designations and things like that, those classes. And I can actually run the scenarios for you and show you, if you do this, this is what your benefit is. If you do this, this is what your benefit is. So there is no right answer just by you saying, okay, and I trying to just make money on your sale. I mean, it may be better for you maybe just to rent it out and work on that cash flow, or maybe reinvest that equity in some other home and improve your cash flow. So there are different options available, Manjeet. So why don't you give me a call after the show, and you can search my name on Google, get my phone number, and we can talk initially on the phone. And if you like what we say, then we can have the detailed discussion on how you can make more returns on your home.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Manjeet.
I like the answer. Thank you.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you for calling in, Manjeet ji.
All right. So basically, as I was saying, the sellers have a lot of questions, okay?
Right.
And those are very valid and practical questions, like whether they should buy first, sell first, do they qualify for buying a home while keeping the current home, does renting a current home make more sense? I use my loan knowledge to analyze the seller's financial to help them make these decisions. Additionally, every seller wants to know how can they maximize their net proceeds, like Manjeet was saying, and whether by selling their home or evaluating some other options. So I offer services to help maximize the home value or the return on the equity a lot of times.
Right.
People have these homes gone up in value, but equity is just sitting there and it's not getting any returns on that. So when they decide to sell, for example, I offer them room by room review where I walk them through each room, front and backyards, and tell them how to make changes to the home to maximize the returns when they decide to sell. And based on the seller's willingness and ability to do these improvements, I perform a pinpoint home value analysis. Some home sellers do not even want to put their home on the market and that time I won't do a silent market sale.
Right.
Okay.
So if you are a seller and if you want to take advantage of the free services offered by Amit Inamdar, call him today. He will analyze your financial equity and your new home qualification and advise if it is, if it makes more sense to buy first or sell first. And in order to improve your house's curb appeal and first impressions, he will do a free room by room review like he mentioned. He also has a supply chain of contractors and handymen, electricians, home remodelers. He will plan all activities for you and assist you in getting the home ready for sale. You will take advantage of his negotiations expertise. He's a certified real estate negotiations expert. Minded certified real estate negotiations expert. Based on the values added upgrades he suggests, he will provide with a pinpoint home price analysis to sell your home for the highest price in shortest possible time and with least amount of inconvenience to you. What's more, if you're not ready to go through the hassles of open houses and keeping home in cleanest condition every time a buyer comes to view the property, he will also do a silent market sale. Amit generated many home buyers' interest due to his radio show and helps you sell your home faster even without putting it up in the open market. So call him today.
All right. Thank you very much, Ira. Listeners, I look forward to seeing you at my open house at 1038 Emerald Terrace, which is a townhouse next to the Bart station in Union City. Okay, so I'll see you on the weekend. Do stop by, say hello. That way you get to see my face and I get to see you. Okay?
Absolutely. And Amit is ever smiling, so definitely you should see his face. You could log on to his website, ownsweethome.net. That's OWN, ownsweethome.net. Amit, thank you very much for being on the show with us and we will see you next week.
Okay, thank you, Edith.